gods and goddesses, today we're making something electric and absolutely delicious. We are making a Creole stew. So, this soup is so delicious and so nutritious, you guys have got to try this. The first part in making this step is creating a tomato sauce. So, I'm going to quickly show you guys how to make this tomato sauce. All you're going to need is 2 plum tomatoes, half a pound of cherry tomatoes. First, you're going to roast it for 10 minutes. And then you are going to puree all of the ingredients. If you would like an in-depth explanation on how to make your tomato sauce, click the link in the description box and you'll see my tomato basil recipe. The ingredients you're going to need is 1 large zucchini, half a cup of multicolored bell peppers, you can use whatever you like, half slice of fennel bulb. We're also going to need some okra. I absolutely love okra. A small slice of habanero pepper. If you don't like pepper, please omit this. This is very spicy. You're also going to need 4 sun-dried tomatoes, and I've cut up 10 cherry tomatoes, small. And of course, what would a recipe be without butternut squash? I can't even think of a recipe without squash, okay? So we're gonna use a cup of butternut squash, and of course we need lots and lots of red onions. I used the small red onions and I just cut it choply. So you are then going to input all of your veggies. So I'm inputting my okras, my zucchini, my fennel bulb, and all of this goodness. And if you like, you can roast all of these veggies and kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I'm also going to input my butternut squash, my sun-dried tomatoes, the rest of my onions. So it can be a nice, merry party in here. You're going to input your seasoning. So I'm going to input a heaping teaspoon of sea salt. If you want to put less salt, you definitely can. You don't need to put as much as I did. I'm also going to input some ginger powder because ginger really enhances the flavor of your soup. I am then going to input some dry thyme. You can put fresh thyme if you like. And this is about to be like a 1/4 teaspoon of it. Just go light with the thyme because you don't want it to overpower your soup. Just a 4 slices of fresh dill. I'm going to sprinkle all that goodness inside. And I just love the taste that dill adds. The mushrooms I am going to be adding to this is the porcini mushrooms. I've soaked my mushrooms, and porcini really, I just absolutely love it. The smell, the taste of porcini. This is my all-time favorite mushrooms. I thought the other mushrooms were my favorite, but nope, this is it. I'm also going to use the broth from the mushrooms and put all this goodness inside. And put a 1/4 teaspoon of oregano. I'm going to input a cup of black chickpeas. You can use regular chickpeas. I just happen to have a cup of these laying around because I made a chipotle bowl, which will be up next. So I'm going to pour in my garbanzo beans. To this goodness, you're also going to input a 1/4 gallon of Crystal Geyser spring water. So we can let this cook down. And we're going to let it cook down on medium heat. After your soup is cooked down for 5 minutes, you're going to input the lovely bay leaf. You just need 2 of this. This is optional, but it just adds a lot of flavor to your broth. So you're going to throw all that goodness inside. You're going to stir it around. And we're going to let this continue to cook for additional 15 minutes. Should be fine. Some people like to have a little crunch to the veggies like I do. So you can cook this for 15 to 30 minutes, as much as you prefer. This kitchen is smelling so good. Oh my God. You guys have got to try this recipe. I promise you will love it. I'm also going to input, just for a nice little crunch to the soup, I'm going to input about a cup of cooked quinoa. This is completely optional. This is just to add another flavor to this goodness. So our 15 minutes is up and our soup is finished. One of the most important parts of making this soup. So before you serve it, just let it sit for 5 minutes and just let it cool down and let all the flavors marinate. Our lovely soup has simmered nicely and it is smelling so delicious. So Plating is key, and this is my absolute favorite part of cooking. So just grab a lovely scoop of your soup and just put it in your favorite bowl. Oh my God. This is smelling amazing and colorful. This dish is. So this is what your final product will look like. You call this electric Creole Caribbean soup. And listen, if I was in soup, this would be me. This is so delicious and so hearty. You guys have got to try this recipe. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.